Alright, let's see how this goes with me speaking. I hear myself and I sound good without a mic. Hooray! Ah! My audio sucked the last time I tried to do this. We have Brian. Okay. Discussions. I think it's well known at this point that my decision on making Brian the way I did was based off the war type Aphrodite that came to Sparta. You hear me putting away my AirPods. Season 2-ish design that I went off of because, let's face it, the first season design is boring as sin. Yes, say I know you love him. Yes. Anything specific you want to discuss before I go into alternate outfits? Shoulder pads have rose designs. Rose design on the belt. Rose leaves on the, it's not a laurel, they're like ear clips. Big old doe eyes. Kind of crazy-ish hair, like it got messed up in a helmet, again for the spoilers, but Brian in the original season 1 does not have his wings. Here I gave him like the Hermes type thing of having wings on his shoes, but also on his shoulder pads to give the idea that he's still an Aphrodite or like Cupid-ish in a way. I don't know. A little star thing, a reference to the star symbol during his season 2 design. I decided to give him a skirt because, let's face it, he'd kill it in a skirt. Cropped off toga thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, you agree that he looked bland? He didn't look like an Aphrodite. He looked like a guy. Uh, I'll admit I'm not a big fan of how I layered his skirt, but I don't want to change it because I can't think of anything else that would really fit him. And again, I kind of want that little bit craziest-ish look because he's a little bit crazy. Fucked up little guy. Love him. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Uh, his shoes are also but that's not the focus here, and I can't really draw shoes. Most Greek men wore skirts. No, they didn't. They were something else. It was more like a long piece of cloth that wrapped around their bodies and then they pinned. I'll get into that later when I go on to Mario, who is next. Uh, it's like Greek inspired without actually being Greek. And again, it's supposed to look like his season 2 design in a way. I was gonna have him, if you remember, I was gonna have him with like dual colored hair, brown and white, but I decided not to because I wanted to keep his design simple still. Because at this point in season 1, he is the most simple that the characters have ever been. They get way more complex, but that's not important here. Uh, again, with the whole Brian not having his wings in season 1 thing, you can kind of see on his back I did a little thing. A thingy, if you will. They're not scars. Think of them like little divots that you sometimes see in people's shoulder blades. Like when they're really muscular, only his are like more pronounced because wings. I'm watching my playback because I'm super delayed compared to what I'm actually saying at one point. uh, Kept his nice little soft brown eyes. Because, like, I think that's the most humanizing part about him is that he had nice, big old natural browns. I don't know what I'm saying. I designed him like 2 years ago. Now that we've gone through that, let's go through the alternate designs. Most of these are gonna look weird because they don't have a face. Because I just wanted the face to be a separate layer for the most part. Sleepwear. He an eepy boy. Where the fuck is your face? There it is. If you remember, like, half a year ago, I designed this little coming this summer gay people shirt. I thought it was funny. I needed to use my graphic design abilities for evil, I guess. Also, I found this really gay looking cat. I did an illustrated version, but it didn't look as good. I think it's funny having a hyper realistic cat there. Oh, say, since you're here, should I put white on his little basketball shorts on the lines here? Go away. To like break it up a little, or should they stay red at the seams? Oh yeah, I don't know if anybody noticed, but he has painted nails. Our boy loves the color red. That's circling. That was a mistake. Ugh. Sometimes I misclick when I'm trying to do the click back thing on my microphone. It's magnifying glass. You think they should stay red? Alright. Fair enough. Sleepwear, I wanted it to be really simple, a nice loose shirt. He sleeps how I sleep. Projection, I sleep with as little clothes as possible because it's weird sleeping with long pants. I get too hot. I live in a warm state. Also, his knees are weird in this because these were kind of rushed. His knees are way too high up. You little kneecaps. Also, all of them look like they have weirdly big feet, but like they're the same size as your forearm because if you test it, your foot's like the same size as like from your elbow to your wrist. Excuse me. Yeah, but really basic sleepwear. It's just a silly joke that I had fun with. Casual wear 1. Can you actually, no, this one wasn't based off of anything. This was, well, it was based off of something, but not any of the Origins series. This was based off of an outfit I saw one of my friends wear in graphic design. They had these very bright red pants, and I saw those and I went, Brian, Brian, he would have those pants. I have something that I use this outfit for that I think I posted on Twitter, the 80s-ish thing where I based it off of somebody's drag persona named Daniel Apple. I'll show that later. But he has like this, he actually has a laurel in this. It has a little messed up looking, but he looks like he's about to go dancing, basically. This is just, I have a chapter in mind for him and Mario, since we never really got to see the human world from, you're snapping, that's me cracking my knuckles. We never saw the human world from like Brian's perspective, and I think really any other perspective. So I wanted to do that here, so Mario introduces Brian to his family, or his mom at least. Because Mario lives with his mom still in this, kind of. What else do I want to talk about with this? The original shirt on the outfit that inspired this was black. I made it white. I almost made the shirt white and the pant, or the shirt red and the pants white. Like he would tap dance or salsa. He would salsa. Brian still speaks Spanish in this, but I don't, so I haven't written it yet. I feel like as an Aphrodite, he would speak a lot of languages. Because, or at least know how to say I love you in a lot of languages. Also, his shoes are killer. I love his shoes. I don't remember where I found those, because those weren't on the original outfit that inspired this. But again, we have the little star thing from season 2 put onto his belt. Can you guess what inspired this one? I'm waiting for the stream to catch up, but when you see it, I think it's pretty obvious what inspired this. Or whom, I should say. I should change that corset. I need to raise it up a little bit. It looks like it's resting right on top of, like, his hips. And I want it to be a bit higher than, or not on top of his hips, but, like, right in the middle of where his hips should be. I need to raise that up a little. Because that's not where a corset would sit. Yeah, I had like a rule that I did with like all of the redesigns and their alternate outfits. I think the only thing that doesn't come from Artemis are the boots, but still I love the boots. They look gay, and that's the point. Eh. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what else I should say about this outfit, but there isn't really much to it. It's just based off of Artemis. I wonder if I should make the gloves a little bit longer, but Artemis's weren't that long. Or if I should make them more silk-like. Or if I should, like, change his hairstyle. He's gay, that's why it fits. uh, I gave him a lot of jeans and, like, seamed pants. He doesn't have any sweats. He has way too small basketball shorts as his only other option. Now I wonder what inspired this one. I honestly feel like Brian should have had more outfit options, both during season 1 and season 2, because, like, the others had alternate outfits, but I think Brian always had his 2 outfits of his toga, and then his, what is this, a suit? I don't think it's a suit. Whatever, I have it put down as fancy on my thing. But he has his little armbandies, a belt. This belt is way chunkier and actually sits on the proper part of his hips that I meant to put them on. Yeah. Shortened sleeves because I thought it'd be fitting. I don't know what's going on with his undershirt, though. I just thought it looked cool. I feel like this one is the one that should have had the alternate hairstyle. But, like, this will be what he wears during his Aphrodite ball thing. I think I'm going to absolutely get rid of the roses on his knees, or at least turn them into like a stitched on pattern. We'll see what I mean later when I get to like Mario and I think Jakey, but that's not important right now. They don't matter. I got rid of the rainbow bit because that felt like a bit too much. I tried to keep all of their designs fairly limited in color. Not so much in sections because a lot of these are just going to be illustrations and not anything like comics or animatics. I don't plan on doing animatics, but that's later down the road. It's so weird seeing you reply like so late. I think I have a 30-second delay, but I haven't bothered with fixing it. Yeah, his shoulder wings moved down to his arms to match his season 2 look. I don't know if I want to give him. It might be something more Egyptian inspired, but I don't know yet. Now I'm writing a lot. Yeah, that's Brian. Uh, I do have the Seductive Rose redesign here if we want to talk about it. They're a little bit fucked up though. They're fucked up and evil. They're a little fucked up and evil. God. Yes. I also have Brandine on this specific one too, and I think it's just because I think it was height check because Brandine's also short as shit, but I wanted him to be taller than Brian. He's supposed to be spooky. Alright. Seductive Rose. A gore warning, I guess. His face is fucked up and weird. This was done on a separate thing. I just had to make sure they were the same height. Brian is based off of Mourning Doves. Can you guess what Seductive Rose is based off of? Based off their little backstory that we get? Tiny King. Maybe I'll do him and Mitch later. I don't know. Uh, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Rose. Very over-designed. Very much, unless it was like a 3D model, very much not good for anybody trying to draw them. But I wanted their corruption to kind of feel like open, gaping wounds. So, like, all of it is rimmed with, like, this stark, bright crimson red that matches his blood. I came up, like, the midriff gem right there, that's a spoiler. I watch analog horror, don't worry. He's very analog horror themed. Uh, for people who don't know why I'm switching between they, he, and maybe it later, those are all the pronouns that's used for Seductive Rose. Another thing I wanted to do with them is I wanted some of their armor to look like exposed muscle. I wanted him to be very unpleasant but still good to look at. Their their hands used to be clawed. I thought that looked stupid, so I changed. Uh, I want to talk about the inspiration for the wings specifically. This is based an MLP gore speed paint by Bullets Azalea Stash, or however you pronounce it, where they drew Nightmare Moon with feathered and baddish wings, where it starts feathered at the top and then turns baddish as you go back. A lot of the wing stuff disappears because they have wings on their back already. There's a very specific thing I want to do with Rose that involves all the markings on the wings and on the little tail feathers down here. When Brian has wings, he does in fact have a bird tail. Because the reason birds have tails is for balance. Ugh. Little man's little freak. Love them. And then I'm not gonna save on the seductive Rose. I don't want to jump scare myself if I ever forget. There he is. Little guy. Here's some expression practices I did with him. I didn't do this for anybody else. He was the first one I did, so I wanted to practice. I feel like they are staring into my soul. They are! Bert! Yes! Go away! I'm going to keep... I do have a Season 2 work in progress sketch. But again, spoilers. And also, it looks kinda ugly. Well, it's gonna be super obvious in Season 2 anyway. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's probably gonna change anyways. Like, Brian in Season 2. Guy's a little fucked up after everything that happened. He's not doing too hot. Now that I look at it again, I probably am gonna change it, so definitely not the final design. But that's that. Moving on. Is save. No, wait. I'll keep you on this one. There. Now save. Mario time! Wahoo! These names are so unfortunate. The other guy. You got the fella. The one who I changed the most. Well, most I'd say. Shut up, ads. I don't want you. Oh, you're unskippable. Wahoo! That explains that I'm also behind in my own thing. I'm looking at my stream every once in a while to make sure everything looks good. Mario has such big feet. His feet are fucking massive. God. I make it a habit to not draw feet. There's some things I still don't like about his design. If you remember his pre-design, that shit was ugly. But this is better. I want to get rid of this bit. He's just gonna have like a shirt and shorts, I guess, underneath this. I'm not gonna actually draw it because your bitch don't got time for that. I'm happy with just looking at this and being like, yeah, I know what I'm gonna change. This really should connect at the two junctions right here, but I just didn't make it do that. It's gonna do that. Or at least it's gonna, like, curl up like this and maybe have a dangly bit right there. That's another difference I'm gonna make. I like how it kind of does this, but it's very impractical when you're trying to draw people in jumping motions. But it looks good otherwise, and I don't know how often I'm gonna draw them being in mid-air. I wanted him to have that kind of like puppy dog look. He honestly kind of looks a little bit like Jay Schlatt. Like if Jay Schlatt was not cynical and was not cynical. I was gonna say maybe depressed, but I don't know if Jayshlott's depressed. I don't have a word on that. Make sure I don't have the base open. I do not. Dumb puppy dog face. Shirtless Mario. This exemplifies way more of like his body being coursed through with lightning. It literally goes through his veins. It's only literally not in his face only. Like his feet, he's got it. The original doesn't have it, but it's intentionally meant to have like lightning on his skin and in his veins. I just didn't draw that originally for some reason. I don't know. He's ADHD coded. Also, Mario's nipples are super small. I just realized that. I'll also make it a habit to not, like... Back then I made it a habit to not look at naked references. I look at them now for anatomy reasons, but looking at it now, his nipples are both in the wrong spot and too small. They should be more, like, right there. I'm a little upset that I couldn't figure out how to put white in this, but it's not really supposed to look like it anyway. It's supposed to look like a... See? We focus on that because it looks weird. Big hands, big feet. I need to work on my anatomy more, man. I made that mistake for way too long. I've been doing better. You'll see. Like, his legs are too short-ish. But whatever. Puppy mans. Go away. Casual 1. This is my least favorite outfit that I've drawn for him. I do not like his shirt. His pants are fine. And he has, like, Amish people shoes. This sounds so mean. Do I have a thing where it's, like, just the shoes? Yeah. There's what his shoes look like. You can't see the storm clouds on them, but, like, they look like something that's on a shitty Amish, Halloween costume. Shut up about his shirt. What? Why did you say that? I need to redo this. I need to, like, make it all white or something. The one neck button. Oh my god. Hey, I should probably talk about this too. He has a little lightning bolt cowlick right here. Yeah. Omni-Man. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry about all the swearing. I'm just trying to get more comfortable. I'm not used to streaming. Outfit number 2. Can you guess what that one's themed after? Because it is. It is not Omni-Man! It's not Omni-Man. I'm gonna assume you guessed what this one's themed after, because, again, I'm delayed. In my own stream. Which is a crime, YouTube. This one's based off the Earth Dragon Slayer design from Fairy Tale Origins. I think you're seeing the theme now with some of the outfits, I bet. Big old chunky belts to match his gauntlet fist things. When he punches people, lightning comes from his fists. And also in this one, does he have... Yeah, his nails are painted in all of them. He has black nail polish. Whenever I do nail polish on my characters, they're meant to match their eyes. I know he has yellow here, but his eyes are meant to be, like, black. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the blue. FTO, yeah. His nerd-ass headband. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's 5:30, and I had to work at 7. He has dumb little headband. He actually has... I haven't talked about this yet. Hold on. Is it there? Kind of. If you look like right there and right there, he actually has his lightning laurel still. I just didn't bring it up before. He has a laurel and it looks like lightning because son of Zeus, all that obvious stuff. I don't know how I feel about his shoes. They have blue on them, but I don't know if I want them to have blue on them. There were the fangs. They have their little shoe tongues. A lot of these are, I'm gonna admit, a lot of these are traced over from just pictures I found on Google. Because I don't draw shoes often, and I need to work on it. What better teacher than to do? Maybe a different shade of blue. I wanted to do sky blue because that's what typically blue. It's a bright, shiny blue. I did have a darker blue on the swimsuit, but that was meant to look more like... Did I have a darker blue on the swimsuit? Hold up. Swim. Never mind, it's not darker at all. And that's why we're swapping. Here's his fancy outfit. This is what I meant by, like, fancy stitching. I wanted him to have that real Prince Charming look, which is ironic considering who's next, but he has a big old Prince Charming. I forgot to make his little thingies yellow. Those are meant to be yellow, little lightning bolts. I didn't end up doing that. Or maybe I should make them blue to add more blue. Well, no, the cuffs are blue. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Like, they're zigzaggy because lightning. The stitching is meant to look like clouds, if you can't tell already. I know I had like a slightly altered design on the FTO inspired outfit, but I feel like he needs a fancier hairstyle for this one, too. Maybe brush... I don't want to give him a comb back, though. I don't want to slick his hair back. Maybe make it more frizzy. Make it look like he's really ready to party. All these characters have big old, like, pants that are obviously, like, denim or, like, wool. No, nobody here has a... Well, Brian has, like, synthetic because he's wearing basketball shorts, I guess. I forgot to give him socks. This loser's not wearing socks. Shit. And he has his Amish shoes again. Oh. Oh. He needs socks. What color should I make his socks say? Do they need... Well, no, yellow. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between his ankles anymore. Blue or black socks, say. What's the context of those? I don't remember. What are your context? Where did I put you? Oh, that's a stitching. Okay. I forgot what I did for my own character designs. I thought he was wearing socks already. Black. I only noticed because I saw his ankles. This is the wrong one. Fancy. You're getting socks, buddy. Don't worry. I'm just gonna erase your ankles. No. Oh, that's why I was pressing shift. I'm just gonna erase his ankle lines. black. I'm just gonna do it on. Never mind. I'm gonna do it right here. There we go, that's better. You can tell the difference, kind of. I had to get rid of his gay little ankles. Yeah, that's Mario. I do have sleepwear for him, but it's ugly because it's just his under toga, and I don't like it, so I'm getting rid of it. See, it looks stupid. I'm probably just gonna cut it off here and not make it look skin tight. Which one do I want to save you on? Sure. I'll just save them all in their fancy designs. Or whichever. Well, no, I'm gonna save you on this one. I think this one looks better. A lot of my decisions on Mario is I wanted him to be like Eye of the Storm themed. He's very dark, he's very bombastic, he's gonna be very chipper compared to his original version. He's a socially awkward social butterfly, basically. Think of Zeus himself as just being like storms in general. Mario incarnates like that classical dangerous sea storm, but once you hit the eye of the storm, it's beautifully calm and very nice. Storm! Brace for a storm! I think that's why I did all that blue. Was to push the Eye of the Storm theming. Who do I want to do next? Do you want to see Kay or Jakey next? The reason that Xylo isn't an option is because I haven't done him yet. Because I don't know what to do for him. I know you can't help it. You had me play the entire Ocean Saga on my last stream, and you can't even hear it because the audio sucks. I will let you go. Jakey. Jackie. Yes, the classic Origins of Olympus character, Jackie. One of my less favorite designs. I don't like how he looks. I tried to replicate him as best as I could from the original series, but he doesn't look too hot. I don't like his dumb little skirt. Instead of having that little blue cloth there, I think it should just connect all the way around. But already, nobody here really wears pants. But I don't know. But pants aren't, like, aerodynamic in the water. But I also gave Mitch pants, so I don't know. His shoes go hard, though. I will say that his shoes do go hard, and so do his little fish hands. Can't write. I did a lot of silver for him. He's meant to not really look like he's, again, spoilers here, but he's not meant to look like he's somebody who really belongs in the ocean. And also, if you couldn't tell, I have his old hairstyle here because I just haven't fixed it, but instead of it being two braids, it's supposed to converge into one and go down his mid-back till, like, right here-ish. Yeah, kind of like that.
Your favorite TV shows are on YouTube. Crunchyroll, AMC Plus, Max, and more on YouTube.
Yeah, it's supposed to kind of do that. But Xylo also has that hairstyle, only it comes from the top of his head. Silver looks good. Good. He also has like that kind of moon design because the sea and the moon are kind of connected. And also I didn't know what to do for his dumb gem tiara. His fringe also needs to change, but I don't feel like fixing that. So, I don't know why I gave him heterochromia. I think I just thought it looked cool. And I was like, oh, none of my characters have heterochromia, so sure. That reminds me of like this girl I saw at summer camp once. She had like partial heterochromia where like it was just a stripe of brown in one of her eyes. Her eyes were like bright blue and one of them just had like a stripe on the side of her eye. It was really cool. I almost poked my own eye, by the way. Little finnies right there. You can't tell it on Mitch from when I posted his kind of spin around design, but he actually has physical fins on his back. Jakey doesn't. That's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, so more spoilers here for Origins of Olympus in general if you haven't watched that, which, why are you watching this if you haven't watched Origins of Olympus? Okay, that's his face. And I don't have a casual outfit for him, I don't think. I think his casual outfit is just his, normal outfit. But, like, I think this is based off of his Aphrodite outfit because it's his fancy sea outfit. I didn't do a lot of outfits for Jakey. I don't think he'd really dress up a whole lot. He doesn't seem like the kind to dress up, really. That's what that is, right? Okay, that's in a minute. Go away! Thank you. Yeah. The spiral thing, I don't know what I was really thinking there. I think I was thinking whirlpools. Oh yeah, his fringe is kind of fixed right here. I did fix that, actually. I like his little thingies, his sleeve cuffs. I think they're fun. I like how they kind of swoosh over into the gems that go on them. Again, painted nails. This is the outfit I was drawing in the, last stream I did. Shorties. His boots also go hard, I like them. They're based off of a pair of boots I used to wear. They were bright silver, these are kind of just neutral blue. I don't know why I studded them like that, but those are fun as well. I think his gray pants are dumb, but I didn't want to do a lighter blue for his pants. That's too much blue, in my opinion. Here's what he looks like shirtless. This is pushing things for me. I'm gonna hide that, actually. That's what he looks like without his top on, I guess. That looks really weird. Again, this was like designed a year ago, so I forget what all of these look like. Here's the same outfit, but from his ice theme after he finds out instead, or however you pronounce her name. Oh, basically a palette swap with some design changes, like instead of being waves, they're like puffs of snow. A lot more limited in some places, his nail polish changed. His pants look way better. I like his pants in this way more. His fringe changes. I really like his fringe in this. I like the light blue. I need to change this eye color, I think. Or change it in the base design so it looks more like how I did for Xylo, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, again, I tried to go like Elsa, Ice Prince. He looks silly, I know. He looks better in white. He does. That was intentional. Dude's pale as shit, and that's for a reason. If he was an actual, like, sea god, I would have made him tanner to look like he lived in the tropical parts of the sea. And when we get to, if I show Mitch, I'll explain that, why that's different. Yeah, he looks way better in lighter blues than white. he has a silver still, but it's all only light silver instead of the dark silver that he would occasionally have. And also it kind of swapped from having white in the middle to having this kind of purplish blue. It looks blue on my computer, it looks purple on my drawing tablet, and it also looks purple on YouTube. It seemed, well, no, never mind, it still looks blue there. That's all about Jakey, I think I can really say. He's not much of a fashionista, he just has his one fancy outfit. Actually, no, hold on, I almost forgot. It's basically his ice look, but he has a big old fur coat. This is like dire wolf fur, I think, is what it's meant to be. That's what I meant for it to be.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and video
There it is.
downloads you can watch anytime, anywhere. Try 1 month free.
That's better. Here's the silly little guy in his big coat. Very warm. It's just meant to be inverted leather and fur. I'll save him on this one. I like this look. Nothing real special. It's just supposed to be another identity coverage thing for reasons. Onto my neck. Well, I'll save K for last. That means we have to just look at Xylo in his base form. His most basic. I don't like his design at all. This is the old one. I have changed a little. He has a bit of a sash here now that connects to this one that goes all the way around, and a little connector to his skirt. Or whatever this is called, I forget. That was Apollo look. I didn't make his... Yeah, I haven't made his, Hades look yet. But it's hinted at through his eyeballs and laurel. Oh yeah, Jakey didn't have a laurel. But he has, like, dark purple eyes that do not match anything else in his laurel. And his ashy skin. He's meant to look like he's not fully meant to be there. It looks weird to me in the yellow and orange colors. Yeah. It's meant to be bronze, but without shading, it just looks orange. A three-pointed sun. I thought that was fun. I like his little hair piece right there. Not really much to say about Xylo, it's just a way that I reinterpreted his Minecraft skin. Because, to be fair, his Minecraft skin also kind of looks ugly a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, also his hair, like there's hairy over here but not over here. Also his thighs are massive. I was trying to give them all different body types. And it did not work out in Xylo's favor. His arms are too long, his legs are too short. I did him dirty. I'm gonna try better, I promise. Oh. Hold on, Dougie's asking to go outside. Is Doggy need outside? Does Doggy need out? Okay, none of y'all allowed in here. Other dogs are trying to get inside. You're treating I'm doing this on my bed because I don't have a desk right now. Okay. I have to lean all over the place. Yeah, that's Xylo. He looks kind of ugly. I need to redesign him. I think his season 2 look is gonna be way better than this. Not much to say. I haven't done his other looks yet. Which is unfortunate because I think those are also gonna slap ass. Or whatever. I don't know sayings. Where are you, K-Cray? Here's the full seductive rose. Little freak. I don't want your stupid McDoubles. I don't have ad-free YouTube, I'm sorry. Okay, where are you? Now they're sitting outside of my door wanting in. Where is she? I hope I didn't accidentally delete her. That'd be unfortunate. There we go, found her. It's like her original look, which it's changed a little bit. Her body type has stared. Her body type has changed a little bit from how it originally was. I made her fatter to both look kind of like me and also like my actual pet snake. All these alt looks don't have wings on them because I just didn't feel like drawing them. Also, her tail has changed. Instead of having speckles, or they're just striped. It's striped all the way across the back. Special thing about K-Cray, she's actually based off an Ottoman viper, which is 1 second. Yes. I hope you couldn't hear that, but if you did, whoops. I'm gonna have to feed the dogs in a second because they eat at 6. Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna also do that real fast. I'll come back. Doggies have been nourished. Are we still going? Hey, I'm back. Sorry, the doggies had to be fed. Yeah. I also made her, she's meant to be orange, but her original design's also leaning more towards red, so I did mostly all the orange and like her little necklace and the jewels and her eyeballs. Because I just couldn't find a good looking orange. Don't choose that one. Casual 1. Can you guess what this is based off of? You can kind of see how I changed her stripe patterns here on her magic lizard feet because I wanted to give her feet at some point since she does get human legs, but I didn't like the human legs, so I gave her monster feet instead. Yep, still alive. This was a triumph. I'm making it known here. Huge success. It's hard to over. This is embarrassing. This isn't on the original, but if you actually look closely at like her lizard bits and snaky bits, you can see that she has a scalage going around on her ears, on her face, on her neck. Kind of goes around. Kind of looks like makeup, not really though. It's supposed to kind of be like makeup, like crying makeup, eyeshadow. I don't know why I made her horns asymmetrical, I just thought it looked cool, I guess. It gave her a bit of a mysterious past by cracking up one of her horns. My sweetie! Wow, my personal streams are way behind. Yeah, you can kind of see her eyes. They're described as being fiery, I believe, in the fanfic. You can't really tell that here because it's just one color. You can kind of see her being a little bit fatter than her original rendition. Yeah. This should be a better example of it. She's gotten a bit thicker around the hips. Her actual hips are wider. I also made her a bit tan to kind of be like... Hold on. There we go. Her belly scales and her skin all match. I gave her one big eyelash looking thing because I thought it made her look like she had really hooded eyes and that she was constantly unimpressed because she is. She also has, again, her being based off of me, she has tiny ass eyebrows. I have normal sized eyebrows, it's just the hairs get really. Also, I don't know if it's on every. I like the idea of K with, hold on. I don't care, Red Bull. Top eyebrows. I have normal looking eyebrows, but they're really thin and light in the back, so I just have really front heavy eyebrows, which makes me look like a gremlin as I've been described. Don't mock me. Yeah, brunette. I'm also brunette. I don't know if it reads more as a suntan or for being like actually kind of a little bit tan. Both are kind of correct. Is that how they describe olive skin? I don't know. Second design. This one's my favorite. Again, her being fatter. The original sketch had abs, but I got rid of those. This exemplifies more of her little lizardy bits, like on her collarbone. You can kind of see it starting to separate out into individual scales. Her hair's not cut; it's supposed to be like bunched all up into like a big old bump on the back of her head, and then crazy out the sides. I thought it looked fun. I tried to give everybody at least some sort of hairstyle change. I didn't for Jakey though. I think I'm just gonna put his hair down. He's gonna have very curly, braided up hair. Skirt. I think I just really like the skirt. I don't know. I don't know why I like so much about this design. It just looks really good. It's solid. It looks like K. Sorry, my stream is like so behind my actual thing. There we go. Yeah. If you haven't noticed one thing, she intentionally puts all of her like bands on the outside of her clothes. That's another thing. It's not nudity, it's just a base. That's embarrassing. Oh my god. If you haven't noticed, I was thinking about putting her things on her ankles, but I didn't. I kept it on her little tail that she keeps. Oh my god. God, I hope you're an adult because that is embarrassing. Oh, Aphrodite ball design. I like this one a lot too. I like the frills. I like her little coat and thigh part of her dress. You can kind of see more of her animalistic nature. She's the digitigrade. She walks on her toes. Her tail's been swapped over to here because that's where her opening is. She has a little bit of makeup here too. It's the same red as her bodice. I don't know what that is. I don't know dress terminology. More scales. Looks like freckles. I thought about putting scales on her face to make her look freckled, but I never did. I might do that. Oh yeah, the sheer fabric. I love the little sheer fabric that I did. It looks very nice. It's a nice natural way to include a bit more yellow into your design. She's meant to look like fire. I don't know if that comes across, but she's meant to look like fire. I'm 18, okay. It's been in my bio. I don't check. I haven't been. I've been trying to not be on Twitter as much as I used to be. Oh yeah, her nails. I need to talk about her nails. Her nails are very pretty. I don't know how she closes her hands into a fist, but I like her nails. That's another thing I've been thinking about. On like my siren and snake designs so far, I've actually been giving them like jutting out knuckles. I thought about doing that for Kay. Like give them natural things. They're like scale knuckles. I don't know if I'll do that for her. I'm gonna try and keep Echidnas separate from Origins of Olympus, separate from like my own personal things. I need to work on my personal comic. I've just been trying to like prove I can actually do long running writing stuff. But yeah, Kay isn't really based off of anything in particular. She's a snakish echidna woman. Oh, that's just an overlay of eyeballs. You sharpened a bit, yeah. She's like the only character I really give the crazy bitch nails to that are like talons. Like on Seth, she has talons, but like she's the one who really gets those. I guess Mira. No, Mira doesn't have those. Never mind. Evil will never get context to what I'm talking about until later on. I'm still embarrassed. I'm sorry. I like these little balls that I did too. Yeah, I never really based anything off of anything for Kay. I had a lot of fun with, and other than like the fire thing. She's badass. Yeah, she is. Yeah. On to like other artwork I've done of the characters. Sure, I'll save on this one. What would I want to talk about? We all know about this freaky Brian drawing I did. He kind of looks like this boo jump scare. Looks so crispy. It's Pokey part looks so crispy. It looks so stupid. He looks like he's wearing clown makeup. Mandela catalog design very evident there. The entire thing looks super crispy. I tried to make it textured super hard. I don't have my grass brushes anymore. I need to remake those. When was this made? 2023, 2 years ago. Not almost 2 years ago. This was made using a 3D model. Save. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stream to catch up with me. Pennywise face. I did base it off of analog horror, but it just didn't look very good. Or I've changed how I want to do it. I need to start doing mouths like this again. I just haven't been feeling like drawing full renders in a while. Yeah, save that. Make sure it doesn't disappear forever randomly for some fucking reason. Another Brian one, and this is what I was talking about earlier with his 80s inspired look. I don't know if you could notice the dichotomy, or whatever proper word I would use for this is, but eyeball around his head. It kind of matches the peacockness of a Seductive Rose. I'm gonna spoil that now. It's supposed to match with the peacockness of Seductive Rose. Seductive Rose has peacock eyes because of who they're tied to, and Brian has just like this kind of well-defined lashed eye. Me pulling out the gayest boo I can. I liked how I did the rendering on this. I haven't been able to replicate this rendering, but yeah. This shoot's also turned out good. I'm tiring myself out, I'm sorry. Yeah. Save. I don't want to lose this one either. His laurel looks way more like a rose because I actually used a reference. For once. Oh yeah, here's something I never finished with Brian too. Back early on with the Book of Bill craze, I tried to Bill cipher Brian. Never finished it though because I didn't feel like it. Freaky little man. If you paid attention to the Seductive Rose look, the shadows are meant to kind of replicate that. His knuckles are. Maybe that's why I never finished it. But also his good. I actually tried to freestyle his hands for this. Yeah, there's really not much to say. You just got Bill ciphered. The name of this one is Get Bill Ciphered, Idiot. I'm so stupid. Okay, here's Mario. Oh, right, I made this line art white because I was about to color it. Really. I just haven't felt like rendering stuff, so I just haven't finished anything. But, like, you can see Mario's Laurel way better here. Well, his clothing makes more sense. I really like how his pants turned out. I don't think this is in the original, but I actually gave him the gold trim to his pants at the bottom. I just liked how that looked. Yeah. It's just Mario with a bit of rendering. No, I do not want to save. And then what I was working on a while ago. I need to finish it, but I just haven't felt like it. Here's Jakey with his single braid. With his redesigned braid. one thing I did really intentionally for Jakey, old Bill Cipher phase. He didn't look at him, boys posing. All of them be posing. Jakey's is actually titled Jakey Posin'. His lips are like intentionally very thin. I know he's smiling here, but he's meant to, like, in his original, be very meek, not be very loud. I think I did actually, yeah, he did redesign his bite pretty hard, I think. I think this looks way better than what I had originally. Kind of just, like, actually looked more C-ish instead of, like, plain old Biden. It kind of looks like a weird trident. And no eyebrows. Does he not have eyebrows? He doesn't have eyebrows. Oops. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my stream sometimes and I forgot I never gave him eyebrows. Oh, that's also embarrassing. Oh yeah, little pearl, a bunch of gemstones. A lot of detail you're just never going to see. Is this the correct thing, or am I going to embarrass myself again? Here's what he's supposed to be standing on. This is a siren treasure chest. It kind of looks like the Oracle though, so I might change it to that. And I think that's all. No, hold on. You just noticed? Yeah. I think I noticed originally too, but I just never fixed it because I thought, oh, I'll fix it in my next stream where I do stuff like this. I think I also made Jakey a little bit fatter here too. But like, not much. I got one thing, but I just never. I have two more actually. I just never finished either of them. Like, here's a K like from a year ago. I don't know why I stopped working on it. I think I just got bored. Also, I didn't like how her wings looked. But her hair goes so hard. I love how her hair turned out in this. Like, her eyes. I never talked about this, but her mouth is, like, supposed to represent fangs without actually having fangs poke out. It's meant to, like, be a more humanized way of, like, hiding fangs on the mouth. So that's fun. Also, her sword. It's obviously gonna change, because I feel like I could do better, but this is, like, an actual kind of Greek medium length or longish sword. It's supposed to look like fire. I did the way I kind of stylize fire sometimes. And she always has the Oracle. Because her and the Oracle are inseparable. Hee hee hee, nudge nudge, wink wink. What did I change? No. She has a bit of a scowl to her. She looks at you like you stinky. Mitch. The Mitch poster I was doing, but I never finished. I got bored of drawing water. Oh yeah, that's where this came from. Agua. Joe, go away. Go away. Where are you, you little freak? There he is. That's a Thunder Killer. Yeah. I could have sworn he had line arts. I lost Mitch's line art. Never mind, there it is. I'm just not being smart today is all. That's a sketch. Oh yeah, this was supposed to be an alternate design. This is his main look. Where's the sketch coming from? There it is. Alright, there's Mitch. He doesn't exist. He exists. Those legs. Yeah, his foot looked kind of fucked up. Not gonna lie. And this was also a 3D model, but I don't know, some of the viewings it's weird. It looks really shorthand because the shading isn't. Oh yeah, you never get to see this, but he does have a nose bridge ring right here. Nose bridge piercing. That's fun. His hair is also fabulous. I'm really happy with how I draw hair, I'm not gonna lie. His shoes also go hard. Xylo. This was his older design, but I really like how the poster itself turned out. The gold eclipsed sun. A lot of his silhouette being defined by the light. Purples, reds. And to really define that Hades heritage. I want that hair. Yeah, that's really all I have. That isn't like chapter art that I haven't been working on. Hmm. No, that's a long time. There we go. This was supposed to be the prologue art, but I just never finished it either. I will eventually. I just haven't. I'll show this off just because of, one, this. I love them. I love all of them. Hippolyta. Right there. Kay again with the fabulous hair. And the Minotaur. You can kind of see the changes I made to Xylo, but I'm still probably going to change them because it looks kind of greasy and gross here. Which, like, fair, but still. Like, I just really wanted to do a snaggletooth, sharp-toothed Minotaur. Like, he only has one. The rest of his teeth are flat. But he has blood. And a nose ring. The poster. For a background character, she looks so pretty. I'm sorry. This is my first time doing like a little snoofer like that. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all of it. Yeah. That is...
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube
I
Music
don't
app.
care about that for YouTube.
Go 1 month free.
What's something I get funny I can end off on? Sure, we can end it off on a little sketch page I made. Kind of get to see Mitch design, Brandine design, hyper realistic shadow. Xylo punching. Because Xylo is supposed to be based off of, like, the boxer. He's supposed to fight like a boxer. He's also a noir detective, sort of. The fellas. Bitch. I don't know. My sense of humor is stupid. Rain and sheep. Yeah. I think that's everything for today, though. All the character design discussions. Anything else you want me to say? I think I'm gonna change the logo a little. I think I'm gonna use an actual font for it. They're all silly. They're all very silly. Alright, if there's nothing to really talk about, I guess we're done. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here, Say. Hopefully I'll make next stream. I don't know what I'm gonna stream next. Bye-bye.